So we're asked to find the point of intersection between these two lines. Now these two lines happen to be in standard form, right? These equations happen to be in standard form. So what do we do in this case? Well, there are different ways. There are in fact two methods. One is the substitution method, the other one is the elimination method. In this video I'm just going to show you the substitution method, and then later on in the future we'll cover the elimination method. Okay, so just like before, you start labeling these equations. 1, equation 2. Right. Now they're both in standard form, so what we do is we take one of the equations and we turn it into slope-intercept form, and after that we can substitute it. Right, so we can start with either one or the other, it doesn't matter. I'm going to choose 1 because when we solve for y it will be easier since we don't have any coefficients in front of y. It will make it easier for us. So let's begin with that. Okay, so solve for y in equation 1. So let's do that right now. So basically we have 2x plus y plus 6 equals 0. Right, we move everything that is not y to the other side on the equal sign, and we end up with this 2x goes on the other side, it becomes minus 2x, and then plus 6 becomes minus 6. Alright, so this is our new equation 1. Let's use green just to indicate that it's our new equation 1. It's the same one, it's just in slope-intercept form as equation 1. Now we take this equation 1, and we substitute it into equation 2 and solve for x. So we can say substitute y equals negative 2x minus 6 into equation 2, right? So let's do that right now. So equation 2 is x minus 3, and now we know that y is equal to negative 2x minus 6. So let's substitute that. Let's put here negative 2x minus 6, and then we have the minus 4 here, minus 4, and all of this is equal to 0. And now we need to solve for x. Yeah, I forgot that to write that here. We write solve for x. Okay, we're gonna run out of space, but that's fine, we'll manage. So now let's start solving for x on this one. So we have to bring in the 3 first. So we do the following. We have x, let's bring the 3 into the brackets. Should have put this in blue, fine. Negative times negative becomes positive. 3 times 2, 6, 6x, okay. 3 times 2x is 6x, okay. Negative times negative, positive. 3 times 6, 18, and then the minus 4 comes down. Okay, now let's collect like terms, and so we have x plus 6x becomes 7x, and then plus 18 minus 4 becomes positive 14. I could have moved it to the other side. Well, fine, let's do it now. So 7x, let's isolate the x now. So plus 14, when it goes to the other side it becomes minus 14. And now let's solve for x here. So 7 is multiplying here, goes dividing on the other side. We end up with negative 14 over 7, and that basically makes x equal to negative 2. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So now we have our x coordinate, and now it's the same as before. We can take this x coordinate, x value, which is negative 2, and substitute it into either equation 1 or 2 in order to solve for y, in order to find the y value. Okay, so let's do that right now, and I'm going to take some space here. This should be fine. Okay, so alright, so we take the x equals to negative 2, and I'm going to substitute it into equation 1. right? We could use equation 2, but this time I want to use equation 1. I think it would be easier. So let's use that x value, which is negative 2, and put it into equation 1. So we're going to end up with, okay, so we're going to say sub x equals negative 2 into equation 1, sorry, and solve for y. So let's do that right now, and I'm gonna move this up for a second, right? And so let's do that, right? Our equation 1 was 2x plus y plus 6 equals 0, and our x value was negative 2. So let's do that right now. We go 2 times, and we had negative 2 from our previous page, plus y plus 6 equals 0. Let's collect like terms. This becomes negative 4 plus y plus 6 equals 0. Minus 4 plus 6 gives us positive 2, right? So we have 2 plus y, and therefore the value of y becomes negative 2 when we solve for y. Okay, so now we have our two values. We have x as negative 2, sorry about this, right, on our previous example, and y is equal to negative 2. So our answer is going to be, so the point of intersection, therefore the point of intersection is negative 2, comma, negative 2. Right? And that's our answer.